What's up? My name's Ben. This is about Pluto 60 symbols video. There's a conversation going on down here by Aeon and a bunch of zeros. This he said correctly, but for number 2 he did not say correctly, and this is a video to correct that. Now let me explain. Let me just kind of go over the topic and cover things completely. So, number 1, I can't explain it very well, but it has to do with the physics of accretion disks and gravity. When the solar system was still forming, imagine a chaotic cloud of spinning debris. The debris is spinning because the objects have velocity and gravity, so as objects pass, they pull each other together, curving the orbits, right? So the way that works is you got all your stuff, right? What happens is all this is spinning in a circle, right? Now, in my head, I can really think of like a lot of this really like very well. Like, I can imagine it all very well. So what happens is all that debris goes into the little disc, right? So anything that's too close will go smack dab in the center, eventually creating like the big ball of whatever it is. Anything too far gets flung out away and goes somewhere else and does whatever it's going to do, and the rest will just spin forever. Spin, 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 and they're in orbit, essentially. So that's where you get your size, and that's where you get whatever, and the bits of meteorite and such are from like explosions, and they'll come through and they'll fling off and go hit some other planet, or they will just flung off another planet, or came from wherever it came and hit the planet direct. Whatever the situation is, that's how that works out, and that's how masses are made and whatever. And I've never took an astronomy class or anything like that ever before. This is all just kind of like going in my head and coming out whatever I thought of, I guess. So I agreed with that, and I was like, okay, cool, that makes sense. And then number 2 comes up. As time went on, the debris accumulated into planets, asteroids. The bulk of these formed along the plane of axis of rotation. That's exactly what I just explained right now, so I was like, cool. And then he says this. Imagine a sphere of particles rotating quickly, then imagine spinning a string with the ball on the end. The ball is continuously being thrown away from the system tangent to the arc and makes perpendicular to the centripetal force of gravity. This flattens it into a sphere. This begins to create a planar orbit. That didn't make sense to me. I was like I was picturing it in my head. I'm like, hold on, that's not right. That doesn't sound right to me. Yeah. So this is basically my response, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. So number 1 made sense. This one didn't. I had to reply to this one. The ball thing is not created because the ball thing is not correct because a ball and string are attached at one point, so it flattens, as you stated. But gravity clings to every point of the planet, not just one point. So this flattening would be universal to the whole object. The example makes sense to paint a picture, but the rules of it makes no sense. You encouraged me to post, and then yeah, so that's why I'm doing this now. So basically, what he's talking about, like, you imagine like a ball with a string attached to it, right? And you're spinning it, okay? It's going that way, right? So it's flying, whatever. Now, the sphere he's talking about, if you look at the shape, which is kind of it just happened on accident, but it worked out, and I ran with it, literally. I seen the point, and I was like, just go with it. Anyways, so it's just spinning, right? And you get that kind of flattened effect. But gravity doesn't work that way. And gravity's grabbing this whole thing as a whole, like this part, this part, this part, this. All these parts are being pulled, and everything is doing whatever it's going to do, but it's all going to be doing it together. Now, the way I explained it to myself in my head was, imagine like the planet, right? So, well, there's going to be no planet yet. We'll just say there's no planet yet. There's going to be one ball of mass, like a little tiny rock, whatever, and there's like billions of debris everywhere, right? And then remember that picture I painted? Basically, it's like that, and then you eventually get the little kind of like Saturn effect, and then there's just like a bunch of debris. That's because like there's stuff flinging out and there's stuff flying in, so that's what you get the size from. And if anything flies in that's really like, groundbreaking, like if a chunk like this big were to get added, then this would all change, and then who knows what would happen. Like more asteroids would fly out and more would fly in, and it'd be pretty much crazy. But basically what I was thinking myself was, because with this picture you only get this going on, right? The little sphere effect. Let's do that so it looks like it's spinning like that. So you get that effect, right? But what about like all this crap, right? Or even things that are close to here. Why is it one solid disk ring? And basically, when you magnify, I keep doing that. So basically, when you magnify it, so like we'll just say like this is the ring, right? There's going to be little particles out here that are spinning with it, and with time, the ring itself is getting its own sense of gravity. Now, all of these objects are still in the planet's gravity way back here, you know, wherever the hell the planet's at. All of them are still attached to that, so they're all still going towards the planet, but now they're going towards each other. So eventually, these get pulled in to the ring, you know, and they're still spinning and they're still doing whatever they're doing out in space, but that's where the rings come from, is all these little bits and pieces and whatever are slowly, day by day, traveling into the ring. And then those are going around the planet as well. So that's how I looked at it, and that's how I imagined it in my head. I have no practice, no training, no teaching, none of that. It's just, you know, stuff in my head, and I really work with it. I have like the best sandbox in my head, I think. I have one of the best sandboxes ever. But yeah. So that's that. There's the video. Sorry, I don't have like a picture of myself or like a camera or anything that makes it a little more like close, I guess. But this is the best I got right now. So I hope this helped explain a lot. I hope it might have cleared things up. And that's as far as I read. I'm gonna check out the rest, and we'll see if I even still post this or not. But yeah, I just wanted to basically do that. So there you go. Okay, hope you have it. Hope that it helped. Take it easy. Hit that follow button. Do it. You should. Yeah. Yeah. Why? I don't know. You don't have to. Okay. Bye. Oh, before I go, I do requests though. So if you do like want help with something, or you want to throw something else into my noodle and see what comes out, just hit me up. I'll gladly make a video. But anyways, that's it for sure. Take it easy.